So right now it's asking us to save the style sheet. The first thing you want to remember is you want to basically organize your content in your site as best as possible. All images should go in an image folder. Any CSS files you have should also go in a folder. So we're going to create a CSS folder, and we're going to put that file in there. A good naming convention for CSS files is the look and feel of your vision of the page. If you have a design vision and you look at it and you say, "Wow, this looks like this looks like this," or "It makes me feel like this," that's a good name for your CSS file. I'm going to call this one White Vision because that's the way it looks to me. Okay, so here we have a section for the header, which can usually be your website name. This is the title of the main content, and then here's your content text, and then also you have at the bottom the footer. If you make the page, if you make the screen bigger or smaller, you'll notice it resizes based on how big the screen is. One thing about templates is there's two things you need to know. There's things called lock regions, which are parts of the template that can only be modified from the template file itself, which is what we're looking at. This allows the template to replicate the design over many pages. For instance, the name of your site, you don't really want that to change on each page. You want to keep it the same on every page. But then you also want to be able to edit each and every page, certain sections of each and every page, because you want different content on a different page. And that's where you go ahead and create an editable region. And those parts of the page aren't going to be replicated over all the pages. So the first thing we're going to do is name your page, and we're going to call this test site, name your site. And then on the footer, we're going to remove the name footer because it doesn't need to be on every page, and you can add information there whenever you want to. And here's the main content section. You have to make this an editable region in order for this content to be changed when you go to create a new page from template. So you want to click on this border until it turns yellow, and then go up to Insert, Template Objects, Editable Region. And we're going to name this region Content. And if you look at the top, you'll notice that this section has a name called Content. So when you open up File New, it'll show up as an area that can be editable. The final thing we want to do before we save our template so that we can use it to create new pages is to create a title. And titles are sections that this title section allows you to display information on the title bar of each page so the visitor knows what site she or he is on in the browser window. They can also know what section they're looking at as well. So what we'll do here is we'll put your name of the site in the title, but also add a section for you to add specific keywords that identify what page the person's looking at. So test site. I'm going to put a set of quotes and a separator between the two. So what this will do is it'll replicate this information site-wide, and then inside the quotes you'll be able to add an identifier for each page. Okay, let's go up to File, Save As. And you'll notice it already created a folder for templates, so you don't need to do that. And so it's going to save it in the template folder. Name this White Vision, which is the name of the CSS file, and click Save. Okay, let's go see what this looks like when we go to create a new page. File, New. We need to select Page from Template, highlight the site in question that you want to create the template for, create the page for based on that new template we created, and then select the template itself and click Create. So now we have a new page that's untitled that's based on the template we created. You'll notice that this area is locked, the name of your site, so that you can't change it. And if you were to change it, it would defeat the purpose, because you want the name of the site to be the same on every page. But the main content can be changed. So for instance, if this was our first page, the home page, you might want to put introduction or our vision, and then talk about your vision or what you offer. And then we're going to save this file as the index page. The index page is the first page that people will see when they go to your website by typing in www.yourdomainname.com. So you want to make sure that you save it index.html. Okay, so now we have our first index page. Now the only thing we are missing is a menu, either a menu of links or a menu of graphics that help people navigate the different sections of your site. For instance, our vision may be the first page, but you also may want a products or services page, an about you or about your company section, and then finally maybe a contact page. And so in the next section I'm going to show you how to do that.